Hey everyone! Welcome back to our second Alternative Places concert. Me, Jason Crispin, here at ALT in my sequestered little office. I'm ready to bring you our next concert, our second in our series. We had such a success last week with Mamma Mia. Thanks again to Terry and Kristen for being our guests on that amazing Alternative Places concert. Today's April 3rd. It feels like March was a whole year long. By now it's April. We're so excited that you guys are joining us tonight. As you guys are watching on YouTube or on Facebook, if you have any comments or questions, be sure to comment and we'll try to bring you into the broadcast. Already our number one fan, Hayden Brillhart. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday from the Brillhart household. So glad you're watching our number one fan, Brillhart there. We're doing good. I'm having a good Friday so far. For those of you who are just tuning in, who might not know what Alternative Places are. Basically, this concert that we've kind of come up with in New York right now. They're doing this great kind of Broadway series called Stars in the House, and we kind of wanted to mirror that with concerts, living room concerts, if you will, from our own ALT talent. We decided to call it Alternative Places because we're all going to be in different places as we do this concert for you guys. Also, a great term in the theater is when we say places, means it's time for the actors to get ready to go on stage. And so we love that kind of double meaning with the word places. And then we want to remind you, of course, that ALT is still the place to be, even though you can't come into the necessarily the building or rehearsal space or anything like that. We still want to bring content to you guys, keep you entertained. So text your friends, let them know that we're live, both on Facebook page and our YouTube page. Again, let us know if you're watching. Terry Martin says, thank you, so honored. Terry, you did great last week. We had awesome viewers last week. It was great donations as well. Mabry says, you scared my dad when he started the stream because our TV was so loud. Adjust your volumes now. Test 1, 2, 1, 2. I love it. I don't want to scare anyone as I come on. But as you guys are watching, we want to remind you too, if you feel inclined to make a donation to the theater, definitely do that. I can remind you guys by doing that to our new website, AmarillalittleTheater.org. It's the same address. It just looks a little bit different. You're going to click on the word donations. It's going to be up at the top. I think like somewhere right around here on the new website. So yeah. But I'm excited, guys. Okay, so I was thinking, what show do I want to hear? What show do I want to hear songs from again? From our huge, vast vault of amazing shows that we've done at ALT. So many to choose from, but I thought, you know what I want to listen to a little bit? I want to listen to some Last 5 years. Oh my gosh, the last 5 years. This show was done. It was done amazingly back in 2014. There's our kind of grainy graphic, but our graphic that we used for the show. And so it is my huge honor, my huge pleasure to bring on our special guests, Annika Spalding and Joshua. Hey guys, how are y'all doing today?
Hello.
Good. This is so fun.
You guys look fantastic. Look at you guys out there.
You made us get out of our sweats for this.
Yeah. I even showered today.
Showered, makeup, the whole 9 yards. I love it. So I'm asking everyone, let's first start off, what places are you guys in right now? Where are you at right now?
I am in my bedroom.
Okay, nice.
I'm in our front living room.
Front living room, nice. You guys are sequestered, doing the whole all in self, quarantining yourselves, making sure that social distancing, all that good stuff. But you guys have great families, which is awesome. I know both of you have little ones running around. How is this whole social distancing? How are you? Where are you at in as far as mentally with all this? You guys have both, been homeschooling, I know, and doing different activities at home. But how are you guys at right now?
Well, to be really honest, it really hit me hard today. I've had a really tough day with it. Just the anxiety, feeling like it doesn't feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel as far as when this is all going to be over, and just missing hugging people and seeing people, and having a 3-year-old who misses her friends and her school and her teachers, and wondering why we can't go to places. It's heavy.
Yeah, for sure. Are you guys, Joshua? What about you? What's your family doing?
Oh, we're doing okay. We're just trying very hard to stay busy and get outside as often as we can. Playing in the backyard, doing activities, taking care of our little primer little homework packets, which are activity sheets, and reading a book, and then doing an activity that coincides with that. So yeah, we're just staying busy, hanging there. But I agree. I had the day that Annika did today earlier this week, where it's just like, what are we supposed to do? It's just everything's been upended, and it's overwhelming for sure. But I think things like this give us all a chance to stay connected. And so I'm really looking forward to that, sharing that experience with all you tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Didn't you feel excited to have something to look forward to today? Like, I was just like, yay, today's the day. We're going to have this concert, and I was working on things for it and pulling photos, and it just gave me, I felt like another purpose today.
Yeah, it had an opening night vibe to it.
It did, right? I got a little nervous. Not gonna lie. I was like, "Ooh, why am I nervous? I'm not singing. These amazing people right here." So I want to, of course, we're going to talk more about the show and stuff like that. But I have to give a shout out, Joshua. You have new baby chickens.
Yes, yeah, we got some quarantine chickens.
They're so adorable.
Yeah, I've always wanted chickens, and then during all this crisis, Jeremy was like, "Hey, if you're ever going to do it, then now's the time." And he was kind of joking, but I was like, "Nope, you said okay, so here they come." So yeah, we're hoping we have 4 hens. Otherwise, they'll have to go live out at the farm. But
right, yeah.
Instead, yeah.
I love it. We have already some comments. Mark Sellers says, "I love this new Facebook adventure. You guys never stop amazing me. This is why I support what you do as much as I can." Thank you, Mark Sellers. We definitely appreciate that. We want to do as much as we can for our patrons, our warriors, our talent pool. Cindy Singleton says, "Josh, when you were on our trip, I told you that this was one of my favorite ALT shows." I love it. It's so true. So many people absolutely love this show. And it was a brilliant show. Hayden says, "So glad we could bring on a show before my theater time. I think we realize how much we connect with people when we can't." So true. As theater people, we connect. We hug each other. We connect to each other on stage and off stage. And so being sequestered has definitely put a hinder in that for sure. But yeah, let's talk about the last 5 years, guys. Oh my gosh. It was, if you can believe it, it was the last 6 years ago when you guys did it. February 6th to the 16th of 2014. You guys definitely were different people back then. No kids at all, right? It was crazy. I mean, think about where you are now and where you were then. It's a cool thing to think about. This was one of the most beautiful shows, of course, staged at the Adventure Space. My first question for you guys is, when did you guys discover the last 5 years? When did you discover like the music or the show?
Oh man, it must have been in college.
Yeah.
It was college for me too. Yeah. Early.
I feel like I discovered it. I wasn't in college, or maybe I was in college. My dear friend Patrick Andrews was like, "You have to listen to this," and we were coming home from a rehearsal or something, and played it for me. And I remember we listened to the whole thing, and he explained the whole premise of it, and I just fell in love with it, and just immediately was like playing it for anyone I could. For those people who might not know what the show is about, can you guys explain what the premise of the show is?
Yeah, so it's basically about a relationship between Jamie and Kathy. And it spans the 5 years that they were together, but it tells the story in different timelines. So it tells my story of the relationship, Kathy's story from the end of the relationship to the beginning. And it tells his story from the beginning to the end. So and the only time they meet up on stage in the middle is when they get engaged.
And it was just so creative. Jason Robert Brown, who made this, kind of also made this a little bit about himself, correct? He wrote from true experiences from his own life when he was writing this musical. And it's a challenging musical. It's not just something that anyone can just pick up and do. We have, real quick, some people that are watching. Let me just bring them on real quick. Trish Bryant enjoying this. Thank you so much, Trish, for watching. Jill Rourke. Walker says, "It was one of my favorite shows ever." It's so true. It's so true. Got a heart from Jerry Lynn Hedger there. I love it. I love all our friends who are watching. Nicole says, "Josh, I remember when I first met you and I was so wanting to see the show. I was so sad I missed it. So happy to get a little snippet of this many years later." That's what we love about this concert is there's tons of ALT people, tons of people who missed it, who weren't around. So we're bringing you guys just a little bit of a taste of what that show, that magic of that show today. Annika, you and Brett were married just right before this show, correct?
Yeah, we did this in 2014. So we got married in January and we did the show in February.
I love it. I love it. It's like married. Let me get married. Let me go on my honeymoon. Let me come back and do a show.
Yeah.
But what a perfect show to work on, because you guys, of course, I'm sure rehearsed separately and then, of course, rehearsed together. So I'm sure that worked out really, really well. And Annika, you had done the show before, correct? In Austin, with the Austin show before this one?
With the wonderful Penfold Theater Company down in Austin. Yeah, I did that in 2010. No, 2009.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I was lucky enough to see that. It was awesome. Well, what was it like revisiting the show here at ALT?
Oh, it was a dream. To do this show one time is a dream. To sing any songs from the show is a dream. But to get to do it in my hometown and to do it with Joshua was so magical. And it really, we had met, we had done Urinetown together. And so we already kind of had an onstage rapport with each other and a connection. And this show just really cemented that even further. And I've always felt close to him ever since.
No, totally. I remember seeing you in the show, and then when the show's not announced, I was so excited. I remember running into you at, I believe it was OHMS, Joshua, before auditions, and I saw you and I was like, Joshua, please tell me you're auditioning for the last 5 years. And you were like, yeah, of course I am.
We had moved back from New York the year before, and so this was my first show back at ALT after being gone for a few years, and I mean, it has always, it was a dream role. And when I knew that ALT was doing it, I just crossed my fingers and gave it everything I could. And I was so thrilled and honored to do it. It really was, like Annika said, a dream come true.
I love it. I love it.
I loved every minute.
I got to bring in some photos of the show. Let me see here. Let's start. So, towards the opening, the famous door picture that we've been spreading around on social media. I think this was at the top of the show, very top of the show was you, Annika, correct, on the steps?
Yes.
I always want to say Steps of the Palace, but not
quite. Yeah, not quite the jubilation there.
Right. Of course, the Christmas scene. Let me take off that little banner so we can see more of that.
Aww.
So fun. I mean, all of these songs. I wish we could do the whole concert tonight. This is one of my favorite photos of you, Annika. I think you have a similar photo from Cinderella with also jewelry that also highlights.
Yes, I believe I know the photo to which you're
I love it. Of course, this one as well.
Oh,
such a good show. What do you guys remember about the show and doing the show back then, and what do you think you would bring to the characters of Kathy and Jamie if you got to do the show now?
Oh gosh, I mean, years of actually being married.
Yeah.
And dealing with all kinds of different ups and downs and all of that we hadn't previously dealt with before when we did the show.
Sure. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Well, it's a specific journey for Kathy and Jamie, but it's relatable to almost any relationship. There are aspects of this that it's so easy to pull from. So I mean, I don't know how different it would be, but I think that something that was relevant to me 6 years ago now, but I could pull from another experience, to feel that same feeling. It's just a very relatable, diverse show. So
for sure. I'm gonna bring in some comments real quick. Luann, she's watching from Midland, says, I heard Jason Robert Brown live live in St. Louis a few years ago, and I got to meet him afterwards. That's amazing. I got to meet Jason Robert Brown for a brief second backstage at a concert that I think was at Carnegie Hall. They were honoring Kelly O'Hara for, and because she of course did Bridges of Madison County, he played, and I got to meet him briefly backstage and say hello. I didn't get a photo with him, or maybe I did. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. We'll see. Right, I don't know. My friend Randy says, love this show. Wish I could meet your cast. I had the chance to meet Jason Robert Brown a few years ago briefly. He's a genius. Your show photos from ALT's productions are great. Thank you so much, Randy. He is a genius. Those photos, of course, brought to us by Criselda Reyes, who's our ALT photographer extraordinaire. Felicity Son says, will there be singing tonight? Yes, Felicity. There will be a lot of singing tonight. We are so excited. We're kind of building it up. Getting everyone watching. We can't, of course, talk the last 5 years without, of course, talking about Stephen Crandall. He was the director for this show. Was this the first time you guys had been directed by Stephen?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
I love that. And then his lovely wife, of course, the talented Miss Leanne Crandall, did costumes for that show. And speaking of the Crandalls,
Oh, yay!
of course, I had to bring in the Crandalls.
Aww.
And Crandall, you're looking a little different.
Yeah, I had a quarantine crisis and just shaved my head. So
Feeling lighter.
Looks great. I love it.
Are you sure you're not doing Annie, like like Crandall Little Theater production of Annie?
Yeah.
So what memories, Crandalls, do you guys have of the show?
I think I remember Annika and Josh's auditions very vividly. This show was my first show to direct at ALT, and so I felt a lot of pressure, a lot of sort of angst about getting it right. But these two just walked in and kind of just owned it, and I really just remember feeling so good about the two of them and how that I could sense what they were going to bring to the performances, and they delivered and then some.
I definitely agree on that. They definitely did. Leanne, what about you with costumes?
Well, my first real memory of the show, I watched auditions, but I have a really, really specific memory of being at our house, our old house, and all sitting around the table we're sitting at now and having a read through and just like table work, which a lot of people don't think to do table work for a musical, but we went through every single song and every single moment, and it was really helpful for me as a designer because I was able to get information from Annika and Josh about what they saw in their characters and how they felt about them, because this isn't a flashy costume design. This is a psychological costume design. You're pulling from their closets, and literally we pulled from their closet. And so it was really, really important for me to have that information from them. So that was one of my favorite moments of this process that we had together.
I love that. It's so true. It's so true. It's so important to, especially with this type of show, to do that work and really delve into the characters. And you both did brilliant. Your directing and the costumes were just absolutely brilliant. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. I do want to ask, as I was doing some research and finding stuff, I want to know what was going on with these pictures. There's a on the bed, and especially this one with that his leg kicking up in the air there.
Oh my gosh, that was before a matinee performance, and we were just goofing around on that bed.
Yeah.
And I was doing the Molly Shannon, I'm 50. I was doing that. It was just one of those like pre-show kind of like get the energy out, it was just one of those moments, and we were very slap happy in these photos.
I like how Stephen is averting his eyes upwards, like
trying not to laugh.
Very modest. I love that. Well, we're going to talk tons more about the show, you guys. We're so excited that you guys are all watching and here. Cindy says, the Crandalls, Kyle loves your new haircut.
I bet he does.
I love it. You're joining a nice crowd of people, for sure. Hayden says, it's amazing when the connection between two people is brought to the table. It makes the show so much better. So true. And that connection became apparent in this show for sure. So let's get started with our first song, shall we? We're going to throw it to Annika, and you're going to sing for us one of the first songs of the show, Still Hurting. We're hitting it hard right away.
We're just going to get you right between the eyes right now.
Sure does.
We're going to get you right everyone get your tissue, get your Kleenex now, all that good stuff.
Jamie has new dreams he's building upon, and I'm still hurting. Jamie arrived at the end of the line. Jamie's convinced that the problems are mine. Jamie is probably feeling just fine, and I'm still hurting. What about lies, Jamie? What about things that you swore to be true? What about you, Jamie? What about you? Jamie is sure something wonderful died. Jamie decides it's his right to decide. Jamie's got secrets he doesn't confide, and I'm still hurting. Go and hide and run away, run and find something better. Go and ride the sun away, run away, like it's simple, like it's right. Give me a day, Jamie. Bring back the lies. Hang them back on the wall. Maybe I'd see how you could be so certain that we had no chance at all. Jamie is over, and where can I turn? Covered with scars, I did nothing to burn. Maybe there's somewhere a lesson to learn, but that wouldn't change the fact, that wouldn't speed the time. Once the foundation's cracked, and I'm still hurting.
Woo! So good, my
So
friend.
good.
Oh my gosh, so good. I gotta bring in these comments. Oh my gosh, Cindy Bulla throwing you some hearts. Luann, I have chill bumps already beautifully done. Michaela Aaron applauding. Oh, so good. Your acting, of course, and your voice, just phenomenal. All the voices. Heather, by the way, says this is the double dream team, dream cast and dream director costumer. Love you guys. We love you, Heather. Paula Morgan, brava. I love it. All of the woohoo, awesome. Oh, guys, and you guys are in for a treat. I mean, this is just a snippet of what we're doing tonight. Again, as you guys are watching, if you feel inclined either tonight or later on today or tomorrow, whatever, Don't forget to make a couple donations if you can to amarillolittletheater.org, our website there. I'm gonna talk real quick. The music we talked about, Jason Robert Brown, is so challenging and so amazing. We have to definitely talk about how amazing Jennifer Aiken was as our music director. She did magic with that show. I thought the music was excellent. And speaking of, we have Miss Jennifer Aiken.
Yay!
Oh, yay!
We have to bring in the whole dream team, everyone. I love it. How are you, Miss Jennifer?
I am doing great. I'm so excited to get to see all of you guys.
I know. It's so good to see
you, Jen.
you. I forgot to ask Jennifer and the Crandalls. You guys, how are you guys? You're obviously in your homes right now, but everything going good for you guys?
It's going.
Yeah.
I mean, we're very lucky. There's so many other people out there that are hurting and having to work and leave, and we're pretty comfortably sheltered in our house and have everything that we need, and all of our family's still healthy, so we can't complain. We're right where we need to be right now. So
Yeah. How about you, Miss Jen?
Yeah, I've actually started a job at a retirement community, and so I'm doing that several days a week. And it's strange because my husband, who would always go off to the office every day, is now at home, working from home every day, and I'm going off to the office.
You guys kind of switch spots. Oh, yeah. I love it. We're even getting more. Oh my gosh, so many. It's literally like 10 seconds, and then like I got like 20 comments here real quick. Let me pull them up. Emma, I love this show. Colin, chills. The show is one of my faves. I wish I could have been around to see it. Dreamcast and Dream Director. Oh, Colin's hoping to get a good role next year, Mr. Crandall. Brett, amazing flashbacks to watching every performance along with Jeremy. I love it. So good. I mean, John Shipman. Kim Claridge gave you a shout out. Hey, Jennifer.
Hey.
Anne says, I had a tissue, but now it just stress. Heather, again, absolutely stunning, beautiful. If anyone needs me, I will be in the tear-filled puddle on the floor. So true, Terry. Jen is the best ever. It's so true. I'm gonna Kranos, I'm gonna come back to you in a little bit. We'll bring you in just a second. Jennifer, let's talk real quick about the music. Was this one of the most challenging musicals that you ever played and also, taught?
Hands down, this is one of the hardest musicals I've ever played. Jason Robert Brown, his music is he's so brilliant. His music is so brilliant, but everything that he does within the context of the music is on purpose.
Yeah.
And there's little kind of hidden Easter eggs throughout the show, and he'll bring back little themes here and there that will tie in either in the same way or now in a contrasting way. But yeah, I've played a lot of shows, but that one I'm especially proud of. But Annika and Joshua, I mean, boy, howdy, they already knew most of everything before they came in, so they were wonderful to work with.
I love it. The music was gorgeous of this show. I mean, I just remember that cello was just it was so romantic and just so perfect for our show. Joshua and Annika, was this one of the hardest shows to sing?
Yes, definitely one of those shows where you want to be on your A game and on your toes the entire time, I'd say, wouldn't you, Joshua?
Absolutely. It's vocally very challenging, but there's a fun element to it.
Yeah.
It's not there. I've done shows where at the end of the show, you're just fatigued.
Sure.
But there's something about the energy of this show that never happened to me. Like I just was, it's just a joy to sing it, it's just that eases some of the difficulty, but it's still pretty tough.
Sure. Jennifer, remind us who was in the band or who played this show.
Oh gosh, that we had Bobby Schaefer was on bass. David Fryer, who we haven't had for a while, he moved off to the Dallas area, was playing guitar. We had Christina Davison and Russell Stedman on cello. Oh gosh, who did we have on violin? Michael McBride. Pretty sure Michael McBride, yeah. And then I was playing piano.
Sure. Felicity Swan says, live music at ALT is always the best. It's true. Our musicians are unsung heroes. We always say that they're the heartbeat of our show, especially the musicals, because without them, the tempos and the dynamics of the show would definitely be different. And they are just geniuses led by the number one genius, Miss Jennifer Akins, for sure. Heather says, "Yay, the stupendously fabulous Jennifer. Love you so. I love it. I love it." Okay, so Joshua, we're gonna go into your song next, I believe. And I'm gonna pull up this comment. I gotta find it because it was way back where. Here it is. Break a leg, Poppy. Everyone fans are watching. I love it. I love it. And Joshua, you're gonna give us a little "Moving Too Fast," right?
Absolutely,
right.
Yes.
You're up.
Did I just hear an alarm start ringing? Did I see sirens go flying past? Though I don't know what tomorrow's bringing, I've got a singular impression things are moving too fast. I'm gliding smooth as a figure skater. I'm riding hot as a rocket blast. I just expected it 10 years later. I've got a singular impression things are moving too fast. You say, oh no, step on the brakes, do whatever it takes, but stop this train. Slow, slow, the light's turning red. But I say, no, no, whatever I do, I barrel on through and I don't complain. No matter what I try, I'm flying full speed ahead. I'm never worried to walk the wire. I won't do anything just half-assed. But with the stakes getting somewhat higher, I've got a singular impression things are moving too fast. I found a woman I love, and I found an agent who loves me. Seems might get bumpy, but some people analyze every detail. Some people stall when they can't see the trail. Some people freeze out of fear that they'll fail. But I keep rolling on. Some people can't get success with their art. Some people never feel love in their heart. Some people can't tell the two things apart. But I keep rolling on. Oh, maybe I can't follow through. But what else am I supposed to do? I dreamed of riding like the high and mighty. Now I'm the subject of a bidding war. I met my personal Aphrodite. I'm doing things I never dreamed of before. We start to take the next step together. Found an apartment on 73rd. The Atlantic Monthly's printing my first chapter. $2,000 without rewriting one word. I left Columbia and I don't regret it. I wrote a book and Sonny made a Reddit. My heart's been stolen, my ego's swollen. I just keep rolling along. Oh, yeah. And I think, well, what else is in store? Got all this and more before 24. It's hard not to be sure I'm spinning out of control. Out of control. Oh, I'm feeling panicked and rushed and hurried. I'm feeling outmaneuvered and outclassed. But I'm so happy I can't get worried about this singular impression. I've got a singular impression things are moving too fast.
Yes.
I love you so much. It's so good. It's so, all of you guys, I wish I could show everyone dancing in their own little spaces as you're singing and doing their own little like riffs with you and the piano.
Oh man.
It's like we're all in our own little like bathrooms, like in front of the mirror. So good, Joshua. So good. Oh my gosh. Patricia says, wow. Amazing. Excuse me while I fan my face a little. I'm having a fangirl moment. Awesome. Fantastic. Totally rocking. And that song is Piano Player's Dream Song. I love Jennifer.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I love it. Hannah says, what a freaking fun song. Don Shimon, awesome. Again, took me back. Amazing. So I love it. I love it. All of the applause. So good, guys. So good. Oh my gosh. And that's just a snippet. We still have more to come, guys. More to come. Jennifer and Crandall's, I'm going to bring you guys back in shortly. We'll be right back with you guys. I want to talk to you two real quick. So we kind of hinted a little bit already that this was your not your first time to be together. Your first show, of course, was You're in Town.
Oh,
Titanic moment there.
yes.
And then, of course, you guys worked together in Avenue Q.
No.
Hate Monster. Love it. That show is so fun. And I have a fun thing. And then, of course, the producers, I ran out of time. I didn't get to go pull my producer CD. But you guys, of course, were the producers together. And then, most recently, this year, Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
I love it. We took you back even further and put you back in college.
Yes.
Harvard Law. Okay, so it took me a while today to find it, to edit it, to make sure it would fit into this capacity. But Jennifer, I feel like you're gonna love this even more so. We did a little reunion when we were all in the Avenue Q together. We were looking at the set, and I was like, "Isn't this also like similar to the set of the last 5 years?" And so we did a little throwback from Avenue Q to the last 5 years, and I found the video. So we're going to watch that video real quick. I keep laughing every time I see it. Oh, so serious. The characters were so serious. I also want the whole show done now by puppets. I feel like that would be the next step. You know how the Muppets always did like shows like with like random, they would like, get thrown into the Wizard of Oz or something with Muppets. That's what I basically want Avenue Q to do, all musicals, starting with the last 5 years.
Yeah, makes sense.
I love it.
Perfect.
Let's see. So many people, guys. We're gonna blow up the internet with all these comments. Jill says Channing and Campbell say, "Great job, Uncle Josh." Jess is cool. First time I saw it. Shannon Josh is my favorite singing ever. Ann Langford, so fab. Love to hear Joshua singing again. I know we
hey mom. Hey mom.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into our next song. And in fact, earlier, if I can find it, literally, I have to scroll through like 500 comments. We had somebody asking if this song was going to be sung tonight. Let me find it. Oh, wait for it. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to find it now. But yes, Felicity asked, Summer in Ohio? Yes, Summer in Ohio with our own Annika Spalding.
I could have a mansion on a hill. I could lease a villa in Seville, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio with a gay midget named Carl playing Tevye and Porgy. I could wander Paris after dark, take a carriage ride through Central Park, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio, where I'm winter snake. I could have a satchel full of dollar bills, cures for all the nation's ills, pills to make a lion purr. I could be in line to be the British Queen, look like I was 17. Still, I'm certain I'd prefer to be going slowly, Patty, 40 miles east of Cincinnati. I could shove an ice pick in my eye. I could eat some fish from last July, but it wouldn't be as awful as a summer in Ohio without cable, hot water, Vietnamese food for you. I saw your book at a Borders in Kentucky under a sign that said new and recommended. I stole a look at your picture on the inside sleeve and then I couldn't leave. Richard, who was with me, got uncharacteristically quiet and he said, all things considered, I guess you don't have to buy it. So I smiled like Mona Lisa and I lay my visa down. He wants me, but he ain't gonna get me. I found my guiding light. I tell the stars each night, look at me, look at him. Son of a bitch, I guess I'm doing something right. I finally got something right. No, it's not Nirvana, but it's on the way. I play Anita at the matinee. Then I'll get on my knees and pray I can state in my next bio, I'm never gonna go back to Ohio. I could chew on tinfoil for a spell. I could have a root canal in hell, but on the scene, love the midget, the stripper, Wayne the snake, and Mrs. Jamie Wellerstein. That's me.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, so brilliant. All the choices, hilarious. I was saying in our sound check yesterday, every time you sang "Ice Pick in My Eye," killed me. It was like so funny, that big smile and just yes. I loved it. We also were talking yesterday. It's kind of interesting how this show would totally work in a digital format like this, like almost like you're communicating to your loved one or the significant other through a computer or FaceTiming to a friend or making an online journal of some sort. So it's something to definitely. I think as different things happen in our world, this might be a venture of digital theater like this and crazy. I mean, Stephen, would that be something that you would ever be interested in directing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this show is made for that sort of single perspective, and it's such an interesting kind of back and forth between the two of them. It's perfect.
Yeah, totally agree. I love that song. It's so fun. Let's talk real quick about the movie. The movie we did the show, you guys did the show, and then a year later the movie came out in 2015, which was fun for that people first knew this show before they knew the movie. Now so many people know the movie before the show. What did you guys think? Anyone can chime in. What did you guys think about the movie with Jeremy Jordan and Anna Kendrick?
I loved it. I just think those two can do no wrong, frankly.
Yeah.
Really, anything they do. So.
Their voices, oh my gosh, were phenomenal as well. I think ours were better, but still.
I mean, that's your real friend, Jason.
Oh
Yeah.
I thought the cool thing about the movie, I thought was you kind of forget that there's other people. You know what I mean? With the stage show, there's like, oh yeah, there's an actual agent, and oh yeah, there is somebody who played Elise in his life, and who was the mistress of the show and stuff like that. And so it's just kind of, spoiler alert. Sorry if you haven't seen the show. There's a mistress coming up. But I love the movie as well. I thought they did a really good job with it. Another moment I loved of the show. I'm gonna pull. I got so many comments, guys. So many comments. But let me go back up here real quick and pull some comments, because so many comments. Entertainment at its finest.
Oh, Jenny.
OMG, she's fantastic. If she can sound that great singing to the computer, I wish I could have put her on stage. Amen. Felicity, whew, I'm so excited to hear Annika. She was the first person I met at ALT. That's so cool. Cindy, this woman is simply fabulous. So true. And wowzers, awesome woman. Dang, girl, so wonderful. Love your humor. Virtual. I love it. Hayden says, the fact they can do this 6 years later.
Now that we're old and haggard.
I know. Right. Glad I stumbled upon this tonight. I saw the Anna Kendrick movie after y'all's and remember being in awe that we could have superior talent here in Amarillo. My fave ALT show duo. Even if I saw it on a Valentine date.
I remember Valentine's Day.
Let's talk about that. You guys did do this on Valentine's, correct?
Yeah.
We did.
I mean, it is romantic in some aspects, but also then the ending is a little...
It's a little rough.
The beginning and the end. What are you talking about?
True, both.
The middle is nice.
The middle is beautiful.
Yeah, good time. I'm gonna pull you guys out real quick and talk to the Crandalls real quick. We'll come back with you guys. Steven, I wanted to talk to you about a directing choice that you made that I absolutely loved in the show. So in the show, there at the start of the show, there was Kathy there, Annika playing Kathy with the ring that she picked up from Joshua and the letter. And I loved that at the end of the show, he takes off his ring and places it in the exact spot that she picked it up. I just thought that was brilliant. Was it challenging finding, the each character's arc and making sure the start of the show was similar to the end of the show and vice versa?
It was, yeah. I mean, I did want to kind of intentionally have them essentially cross as far as their paths and where they're playing each moment, so that they essentially end up on the other side of the stage. So it was a challenge, but we worked it out to try to intricately recreate sort of paths for each of them, so that at the end he's on the step about to leave and she's on the step after their first date, and it just worked out so beautifully. And I just think it was a culmination of so many great minds and talent together, just kind of making something like that work. It was certainly
for sure. And Leanne, looking back at the costumes, I loved even the aspect of if the clothes were loose or if they were tight. It seemed like anytime that they were in a disheveled kind of state of mind, that their clothes were also a little disheveled. That they had, hoodies or looser clothing, baggier sweatshirts that they could just feel a little bit more comforting in. And when they were feeling more themselves and more, proud of themselves, their clothing was tighter and a little more chic.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I tried really hard with them. You can tell with Annika's first look and Josh's first look, I wanted her to feel that kind of, I just wanted her to be wrapped in her clothing, to kind of have that sense that she was insulating herself with her clothes. So with them, I used color really, really subtly. So Annika's palette went from really kind of grays and neutrals into more vibrant colors in the end. And then Josh's did the opposite. So his started in more colorful, more saturation, and then he slowly, the color leached out of his palette by the end. So they kind of crossed. So, all of that, it was subtle, and, I knew it and the actors knew it and the director knew it. So whether the audience necessarily saw that wasn't the point of it, but it was actors knowing that their clothes, what purpose their clothes were playing in those moments, because they're on stage almost exclusively by themselves. So their clothes are just another aspect of helping tell that story.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I absolutely loved that for sure. It was, and as a theater goer, like, you appreciated all of those details. I mean, every detail that you guys did with the show was just spot on. Even weren't the dates on the floor?
Yeah, that was the greatest part. I mean, Annika and Josh can talk about that. We had so much fun. That was a great moment of like deciding on like big important dates in their relationship over the 5 years and placing those dates on the floor surface. And they kind of became this sort of texture of important moments in the relationship, literally painted on the floor. It was just, and we had so much fun deciding on those dates, I recall, you know.
I love that. That's so awesome. Marley Walls watching says, so excited. Wish I could have seen this show. We're glad that we're bringing part of the show to you. Marley, hope you're doing well. I was talking about costumes. Shannon says, except Josh's black undies. We forgot. Yeah, there was a little underwear scene for sure.
Yeah.
He says, I want to be directed by Stephen Crandall someday. You know, when I'm not 14 years old.
She loves me.
I love it. Yes. I love it. Okay, I think we're gonna go into our next song, and I swear, I feel like Felicity Swan should be our like raving reporter, because she's asking, will Josh sing If I Didn't Believe in You? Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. That's our next song with Joshua with If I Didn't Believe in You.
There are people, and they are publishing my book, and there's a party that they are throwing. And while you've made it very clear that you're not going, I will be going, and that's done. What's it really about? Is it really about a party, Kathy? Can we please for a minute stop blaming and say what you feel? Is it just that you're disappointed to be touring again for the summer? Did you think this would all be much easier than it's turned out to be? Well then talk to me, Kathy. Talk to me. If I didn't believe in you, we'd never have gotten this far. If I didn't believe in you, and all of the 10,000 women you are, if I didn't think you could do anything you ever wanted to, if I wasn't certain that you'd come through somehow. The fact of the matter is, Kathy, I wouldn't be standing here now. If I didn't believe in you, we wouldn't be having this fight. If I didn't believe in you, I'd walk out the door and say, Kathy, you're right. But I never could let that go. Knowing the things about you, I know things when I met you 4 years ago, I knew. It never took much convincing to make me believe in you. Don't we get to be happy, Kathy? At some point down the line, don't we get to relax without some new service to push me yet further from you? If I'm cheering on your side, Kathy, why can't you support mine? Why do I have to feel I've committed some felony, doing what I always swore I would do? I don't want you to hurt. I don't want you to sink. But you know what I think? I think you'll be fine. Just hang on and you'll see. But but don't make me wait till you do to be happy with you. Will you listen to me? No one can give you courage. No one can thicken your skin. I will not fail so you can be comfortable, Kathy. I will not lose because you can't win. If I didn't believe in you, then here's where the travelogue ends. If I didn't believe in you, I couldn't have stood before all of our friends and said, this is the life I choose. This is the thing I can't bear to lose, to rip us or trap us, but we refuse to fall. That's what I thought we agreed on, Kathy. If I hadn't believed in you, I wouldn't have loved you at all.
So beautiful, so good. Ugh, I'm so glad we're doing this tonight, y'all. It's just been like, oh, perfect. We got more comments I gotta share. Mike says that talented cast and those fabulous musicians could have opened on Broadway and been a smash. I echo that completely. Agreed. We have Shannon. Dang it, Josh. Now I'm sobbing. Blue there with the. We love to hear you sing, Joshua. We need to see you on stage again. It's true. Beautiful. Oh, so good. So good. We want to remind you guys, of course, this was an epic show for us back in 2014. We want to have more epic shows as soon as we get our doors open. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing, make a donation at the, you can call the theater next week or go to our website, amarillo.littletheater.org. Click on donations there. Michaela says, wow, tonight is my first time hearing you sing, Josh. So
thank you.
Yeah, that's what I love about this, that we're introducing you guys to a newer audience that hasn't been around or was around and went away and now is back. We have new people that missed the show and heard how amazing it was, for sure. I just absolutely love your voices, and again, this show is such a special show. Let's talk about, so there was a moment where you guys crossed paths, correct? And it was kind of like the first date with the engagement with the wedding moment, correct? And with that, let me pull up some photos of that. We have a lot of these photos. So here was the photo there. Love it. Oh, just love these photos. They're so beautiful. And when I was doing some research today, I realized I was pulling these photos and I thought, wait a minute, I just saw that dress last week because that dress Terry wore in Mamma Mia. I was like, wait a minute, I know this dress. I forgot you lent her the wedding dress from last year.
I like to share closets.
I love that the dress made an Adventure Space debut and a main stage debut as well.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, we have another one coming. Sorry. Marley says, thanks, Josh. I needed a good sob today. I love it. You guys have been awesome. And I feel like we need an encore performance. And the best thing to do would be to do the song together with you guys both in a room and on stage and lights and the whole 9 yards. But with you guys being in different places and stuff like that, we would love for you guys to sing a cappella the next 10 minutes if you guys don't mind. And I don't want to run over, but if that works out for you guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to take us.
Will you share your life with me for the next 10 minutes? For the next 10 minutes, we can handle that. We could watch the waves. We could watch the sky, or just sit and wait as the time ticks by. And if we make it till then, can I ask you again for another 10? And if you in turn agree to the next 10 minutes, and the next 10 minutes till the morning comes, then just holding you might compel me to ask you for more. There are so many dreams I need to see with you. I will never be complete until I do.
I am not always on time. Please don't expect that from me. I will be late, but if you can just wait, I will make it eventually. Not like it's in my control, not like I'm proud of the fact, but anything other than being exactly on time I can do. I don't know why people run. I don't know why things fall through. I don't know how anybody survives in this life without someone like you. I could protect and preserve. I could say no and goodbye. But why, Jamie, why? I want to be your wife. I want to bear your child. I want to die knowing I had a long, full life in your arms that I can do forever.
Will you share your life with me for the next 10 lifetimes, for a million summers, till the world is gone, till there's no one left who has ever known us apart. There are so many dreams I need to see with you.
So many years I need to be with you.
You'll never be complete.
I will never be alive.
I will never change the world until I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful.
oh my gosh, so good, you guys. Oh, that moment was just beautiful. Oh, I loved it. Let's see. I'm pulling in some Terry Martin, my favorite song. April, love reliving the show. You guys are so freaking talented. Thank you for making our hearts soar. You guys don't understand. We needed this tonight. It's been crazy with all of us kind of secluded, and we just need to remind ourselves what theater can do for our soul. It was medicine for me tonight, for sure. OMG, this is epic. So glad I didn't miss this. What a treasure of tears right now. What Cindy said, I love it. Absolutely beautiful. Carrie Collin, my life now is complete absolute perfect. Like, I love it. So gorgeous. Applause, applause, applause. Jerry says, I'm married.
Which one?
Elwood's is already back. I love it. Ugly crying. Oh, so good. So good. Again, you guys, thanks for making this little gay little boy's heart just so happy tonight. Oh, it's so good. So good. And again, all of you who are watching, remember, we want to remind you guys how great, of course, live theater is. And we're so appreciative of all of you guys for watching tonight, for always supporting the theater. Again, if you want to continue to support the theater, buy season tickets, make donations, already start planning. We're going to announce this coming Thursday on our Thursdays at 3 here on Facebook, also on YouTube. We're going to announce the season for next season. So you can already start getting your tickets for season tickets, all that stuff. It's going to be exciting for sure. But we all want to get back to hugging each other and getting to work in the same room with fabulous directors and costumers and music directors and performers like we have at ALT. Thank you again, Stephen and Leanne and Jennifer, for being my surprise guests tonight.
Thank you for having us.
And everyone, it's so funny. I haven't even gotten to all the comments. Everyone's like, I want to work with them. I want to order a DVD of this show. And I love it. I love it so much. This is perfect. Anne says, never forget our artists. It's so true. So true. Thank you for doing this tonight, Nicole says. You're welcome, Nicole. I needed it more so for myself than anyone else, I think. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Michaela. And I keep saying this to anyone who will listen. I love that right now on social media, and it's artists, it's teachers, it's musicians. We're the ones that are putting stuff out there to make this world a little bit better. So we don't want to forget that when it comes time to reopen the doors to support those different venues. And can we just say how talented, Joshua and Annika, for your not only sharing your talent back in 2014, but for agreeing to do this tonight. Thank you guys so much. And guys, this is local talent we have here in Amarillo, right here at the Amarillo Little Theater. We are beyond blessed for sure. So thank you guys so much. Thank you all of you guys for
having us.
I feel like we're a greedy bunch, if you will.
Yeah,
exactly. But thank you guys so much for being a part of the concert tonight. Again, don't forget to make donations. I love it. I know exactly. Dun, dun, dun. And then also tune in next Friday. So my commitment is every Friday while we are our doors are closed, while we're all self-quarantining and social distancing, which we all should do no matter our age. We should all be social distancing, all in, staying at home so we can get over this quickly and get back to our theater. But my commitment is that we're going to bring these alternative places concerts every Friday, 7 o'clock. We'll make an announcement Monday or Tuesday of what our concert will be next week. But as you can tell, we're having a blast with these. We'll bring some more talent to you guys in your living rooms. Mark your calendars now. Put a reminder. Jeremy says, "Can we come into the living room now?"
Yes, you may.
I wondered I love that, Joe. Oh, my heart could have used a little. She's got us to let me. It was hard. It was hard trying to picking songs, and then I was like, "Can we go ahead and do a fifth song with the duet?" So yeah, we could have had a whole concert tonight. Who knows? This might bring start a campaign on social media to bring back last 5 years in some capacity.
Yes.
Yes. Who knows? One night only. We'll see what we can do with the show. Marley, do it!
Yay!
I love it. Jason, thank you for all this. I love it. Well, again, Anna, Jennifer, Joshua, and Annika, thank you guys so much for doing this.
Oh my God.
I love you guys so much. Tune in next week, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments. Don't forget, ALT is still the place to be, and we'll see you guys next week.
Love
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Love you.
Love you guys.